In this lecture, we will conclude our series on the different obligations considering high-risk systems. Specifically, we're going to be looking at Articles 17 through 22. I know that's a long list, but I believe all of these are pretty straightforward. Article 17 concerns quality management systems, and the main takeaway for QMS or quality management systems is just that you know what they are. And so a QMS is a framework to ensure compliance with the EU AI Act. The purpose is to demonstrate compliance through written policies, procedures, and instructions. And the scope is for the entire system lifecycle from planning to post-market monitoring. Key components of a QMS include, and I would be very surprised if you have to remember any of this. So remember, just think conceptually, you need to know what a QMS is. Key components of a QMS include compliance strategy, techniques, procedures, actions for design, quality control, and quality assurance, examination, testing, and validation throughout the lifecycle, technical specifications, data governance procedures, risk management methodology, incident reporting, record keeping, and a communication plan. For example, how would the provider communicate with the relevant authorities? Document keeping covers two different aspects. One, having a secure repository for documentation. That documentation includes the technical documentation, the quality management system we just discussed, and evidence of an EU declaration of conformity. The second component is the retention period, which is 10 years. Concerning logs, this overlaps with Article 12, record-keeping requirements. These logs must be stored, archived by date and time, and must be retained for at least 6 months. Corrective action and duty of information covers two aspects. Corrective action means that when there is a post-market non-compliant system, that system is immediately either brought into compliance or withdrawn, disabled, or recalled. That's the corrective action component. Duty of information means that when any of these activities take place, the applicable parties are all informed. For example, the distributor, the deployer, the importer, etc. Finally, for product liability-related risk, the appropriate AI operator must immediately notify the market surveillance authority. So corrective action is just that, correcting a non-compliant system. And duty of information is providing the relevant AI operators with this information. Article 21 concerns cooperating with competent authorities. This includes responding to authority requests in a timely manner and providing information and documentation upon requests. Article 22 concerns authorized representatives. Remember, providers not established in the EU appoint a representative, and that representative that has the mandate from the provider is the authorized representative. The authorized representative has the power to verify the EU Declaration of Conformity, technical documentation, and cooperate with authorities. In this lecture, we went over Articles 17 through 22 of the EU AI Act. Remember that a quality management system is a framework to ensure compliance with the EU AI Act. The purpose of the QMS is to demonstrate compliance through written policies, procedures, and instructions. Document keeping concerns the repository and retention period, which is for 10 years. The article on logs coincides with Article 12, which concerns record-keeping requirements. These must be stored, archived by date and time, and retained for at least 6 months. Corrective actions concerns bringing systems into compliance or taking them offline. And duty of information means informing the applicable parties when corrective actions need to be taken. Concerning competent authorities, the appropriate AI operator needs to respond to authority requests in a timely manner. This includes providing information and documents upon request. And finally, for authorized representatives, providers not established in the EU must have one. And authorized representatives have the power to verify the EU Declaration of Conformity, technical documentation, and cooperate with authorities.